Hey guys, this is Rowan here with Sandstone Care, doing another podcast with Marc Azoulay. Thanks for being on, Marc. Marc is a man of many hats, many talents, and today he is here in his capacity as the president of the, I'm going to get this wrong, Four Corners Group Psychotherapy Society.
You got it.
Let me try that again. Go ahead.
We've recently changed names. We used to be the Colorado Group Psychotherapy Society, but now we're the Four Corners Group Psychotherapy Society.
Awesome. And so yeah, what do you do as that society?
Yeah, so the idea is that we're a local chapter of the American Group Psychotherapy Association.
Okay.
Which is a national, ethical and educational body, much like the APA or the ACA. It's the same kind of tier as them. And we provide education and training around how to make therapists better at running groups.
Okay, great. That's what we need because we run groups.
Yeah, a lot of agencies do. A lot of treatment centers do.
Seems to be, the general model for IOP, IOP being intensive outpatient therapy is that you're doing three-hour groups, and then some programs have individual therapy or family therapy on top of that. But so how would the Group Psychotherapy Society help the therapists working for these programs?
Yeah, so there's kind of two ways. So what we believe, why I like the society, is that we believe that the best way to learning is by doing.
Okay.
So the best way to be a group leader is to be a group member.
Okay.
So we provide opportunity for our members to be in groups with some of the local famous group leaders.
Okay.
So they get a chance to see what it's like. They get a chance to see what interventions work. I found for me personally, if I'm in a workshop and I learn like 50 interventions, I'm probably going to forget most of them. But if I'm in a group and something really helps me access something, I'm going to remember that forever. Because I'm going to be like, wow, that worked for me. I'm going to use it in my groups now. It kind of gets like embedded in my character and then makes me a better group leader moving forward. We also do provide in-services, so we will go to agencies and provide different workshops.
Okay.
Many of them are free of charge.
Okay.
The idea is just to help get the information out there and to help train up different agencies and organizations.
Right. And so what are the benefits of doing group therapy versus individual therapy?
Yeah, so group works on a totally different set of problems.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people, myself included, honestly, that have been in therapy for a long time. I've been in therapy for about 10 years. I'm still in treatment. And I wasn't able to work on certain things until I was in a group.
Okay.
Right? My supervisor now, Elizabeth Olson, she says individual exists only to prepare people for group.
Oh.
Which is pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a bold statement.
Bold statement. But the longer I work, the more I actually tend to believe it.
Okay.
I find that individual helps with a lot of those very early traumas, a lot of those early maturational needs. But once the person gets supported, they have to go out and be in groups. And we're in groups all the time, right?
Right.
Our culture is a group, our family is a group, our workplace is a group. Like, we're always around other people.
Yeah. And
I found that being able to function in society really means being able to function in a group.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to be a hermit these days.
Yeah.
And for a clinician, right, when I'm working with someone one-on-one, they can talk about how they struggle talking to women, right?
Right.
And because I don't identify as a woman, I can talk to them about it, but I really don't see it happening. But if I'm in a group and that group is mixed genders, all of a sudden I can see their struggles with women right there in real time, and I can offer interventions and I can offer treatment right as it's happening. Right, which is a very powerful tool. Yeah. Right? Instead of talking about it, now we're engaging with it.
Cool.
So group helps people to really work with things around social, around community, around what's called transference or projections.
Yeah.
So the idea of not interacting with a person truly, but interacting with our assumptions about them.
Right.
Groups help to really illustrate a lot of that.
Yeah.
And they just help with things like our need for attention. And then something that I'm really interested in is power and hierarchy dynamics. Right. So seeing how we respond to different types of power
are displayed in the group dynamic.
Yeah, it's much easier to see in a group dynamic because there's just a lot more variables, right? The stew has more ingredients.
Yeah. It seems like it's also kind of like, I like the term where the rubber meets the road, which is kind of a big theme in addiction treatment too, is, a lot of people talk about how recovery starts when you walk out the door, and so being in a residential treatment program, while not easy, is contained and safe. Whereas when you start interacting with people that you don't have as much control over, and you're not in that kind of milieu, then it can be really challenging.
Yeah.
And it seems like the group kind of can bring some of those challenges and teach people how to work with them. Is that accurate?
Yeah, the group is a really nice bridge for that. You know,
Yeah.
what I describe to some of my groups that I work with is you can think of it like a dojo,
Okay.
right? So they're training to fight, they're training how to defend themselves, they're training
Yeah.
how to be effective in the world. And they start by sparring with me, the master, right? With
Yeah.
the teacher. And, you know, that's individual therapy,
Yeah.
right? So we're kind of practicing talking, practicing, you know, expressing ourselves, practicing
Yeah.
being vulnerable. And then you eventually spar with your classmates,
Right.
with your training partners. And that's the group.
Okay.
Where it's a little bit less safe, right? Because like they're not a teacher, they're not a master, right? They might be clumsy, you might be clumsy, you
Yeah.
might get hurt a little bit more.
Yeah.
But you're still in the dojo. So there's still someone that's supervising you, right? There's still like a sense of containment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the idea is that then you take your, you know, way of the warrior and you take it out into the world. Right? So you're able to be more effective with the people in your life that really matter, right?
Right,
Like your
right.
family, your friends, your work colleagues.
Yeah.
Right, you're able to practice being more, you know, vulnerable, practice talking more assertively,
Mhm.
practice working with all these different projections and countertransference. So it kind of trickles outwards that way.
Right.
Without the group step, a lot of that stuff gets missed because it goes from learning from a teacher or a master to going out in the world.
And practicing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the world is very chaotic and very unpredictable and very brutal in a lot of ways too.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Well, I really appreciate you sharing those tidbits. And for people who want to get involved, who want some training for themselves as clinicians, or just want to learn more about the Group Psychotherapy Society, how can they find out about that?
So the best way is to go on our website, which is FCGPS, Four Corners Group Psychotherapy Society.org. So FCGPS.org. On there you can find all the information about our upcoming events, our trainings. You can also find ways to contact us either through email or through social media. It's all located on the website, FCGPS.org.
Great. Well, I'll also say, just as a personal testimonial, I went to the last conference, which was out at Cedar in Denver, and it was phenomenal. I thought I was going to be going kind of more in my capacity as, you know, someone just standing at the booth and informing people about our program here at Sandstone Care, and I ended up being able to participate in the group work, and it was really beneficial. I left feeling really energized and feeling really connected. So I can just personally say that it was an unexpected treat going to that conference.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah, we want everyone to play the same game as us.
Yeah.
So even our sponsors, we have them jump right in and do all the work too.
It was awesome.
We're all kind of in the mix together.
So, yeah, I was really glad to be able to be one of the sponsors there, because it was very different than going to most conferences that we go to. Well, thanks so much, Mark. I really appreciate having you on, and I really appreciate you watching. Again, any feedback, any topics that you want to learn more about, reach out to Sandstone Care, let us know, and we'll try to get those out to you.